In the heart of December, the city that never sleeps has fallen eerily silent. Tonight, we're unraveling a story where reality folds on itself, and the line between dreams and nightmares blurs. Brace yourself for a journey into isolation, mystery, and the chilling unknown. If you dare, stay until the end. You won't believe what lies on the other side. December in the city was electric. The streets were alive with holiday shoppers jostling for last-minute gifts, children marveling at festive window displays, and street vendors hawking roasted chestnuts from their carts. Towering buildings were adorned with strings of lights, creating a kaleidoscope of reds, greens, and golds against the night sky. The air was crisp, but the collective energy of the season kept it from biting too deeply. Alex loved this time of year. It was chaotic, yes, but in the chaos there was joy, hope, togetherness. But that night, as he trudged back to his apartment after another grueling shift at the diner, the city felt different. He arrived home, kicked off his boots, and turned on the TV, ready to let the mindless drone of sitcoms wash over him. Instead, the news filled the screen, a familiar anchor sitting stiffly behind a desk. A mass disappearance of residents across the city. Emergency services are overwhelmed and authorities are urging citizens to stay indoors. Alex furrowed his brow. Mass disappearance? He grabbed his phone to check social media, but there was no signal. Annoyed, he switched to another channel. A different anchor, the same grim message. No explanation yet for the sudden vanishing of thousands. The sound cut out abruptly. The anchor's mouth moved, but no words came. The screen began to distort, colors bleeding into each other. Then the image froze. Alex reached for the remote to turn the TV off, but before he could, the frozen image changed. A single phrase appeared in stark white letters against a black screen. TV off. What the hell? He muttered. His phone buzzed, startling him. He glanced at the screen, a notification from an app he didn't recognize. It read, "Do not look outside." A chill ran down his spine. He couldn't resist. Alex moved to the window and pulled back the curtain. The street below, which should have been teeming with holiday revelers, was deserted. Cars sat abandoned in the middle of the road, their headlights still on. Snow fell silently, blanketing the emptiness. A sharp knock at the door made him jump. His neighbor, Maya, stood in the hallway, her face pale. "Did you see it?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. "See what?" She didn't answer. Instead, she grabbed his wrist and dragged him to the living room. She had her tablet with her and she swiped to a video. It was grainy footage from a traffic cam showing a crowded intersection. Cars and pedestrians moved normally for a moment, and then they disappeared. Not gradually, not with any dramatic flash of light. Just gone, as if they'd never been there. "It's everywhere," Maya said. "Look." She scrolled through more videos. Subway platforms emptied mid-commute, department stores abandoned with clothes still swinging on racks. Even Times Square, perpetually alive with tourists, was empty. As Alex watched, the hum of the TV in the background caught his attention. It was still on, but the sound was off, distorted like a low growl. The words on the screen had changed. "Do not leave." Maya saw it too, her eyes widening. "What is this?" The TV turned itself off. They decided to venture out, driven by a mix of curiosity and fear. The city was unrecognizable. No cars, no people, just the muffled crunch of snow underfoot and the distant hum of something unseen. "Do you think it's the whole city?" Maya asked. Alex didn't answer. He was focused on a figure up ahead, a man standing perfectly still in the middle of the street. "Hey!" Alex called. The man turned slowly, his movements stiff and unnatural. His face was featureless, smooth like polished marble. "Oh my God," Maya whispered. The man began to walk toward them, his jerky steps quickening into a sprint. "Run!" Alex shouted, grabbing her arm. They darted into an alley, weaving between dumpsters and fire escapes. The figure didn't follow, but they could hear something, a low, rhythmic thudding like a heartbeat in the air. They found refuge in an electronics store, its doors unlocked. The walls were lined with TVs, all tuned to static. Alex approached one of the screens, his reflection flickering in the interference. Suddenly, an image appeared. His apartment building, its empty windows staring back like hollow eyes. Maya pointed at another screen. It showed her living room, the Christmas tree still lit. A shadow passed through the frame, but no one was supposed to be there. "Who's doing this?" she asked, her voice trembling. The TVs crackled and the same phrase appeared across every screen. "TV off." "I don't understand," Alex said. The phrase changed. "We told you not to look." The store's front door creaked open. The streets were even darker now, the glow of the city's Christmas lights fading into nothing. As they wandered, Alex noticed something strange. The buildings looked wrong. Angles were sharper than they should be, edges warping as if the structures were melting. The air grew heavy, pressing against his chest. His thoughts felt sluggish, like he was moving through molasses. Ahead, a group of featureless figures gathered, their heads snapping toward Alex and Maya in unison. "We need to go," Alex whispered. But Maya wasn't moving. She was staring at her hands, her face contorted in horror. "Alex, I'm disappearing." He turned to her and saw it, her fingers fading, turning translucent. She looked at him, tears streaming down her face. "You're not real," Alex said, the realization hitting him like a punch to the gut. Alex gasped and bolted upright. He was in a hospital bed, wires attached to his arms and chest. The room was cold, sterile. A nurse entered, her face kind, but weary. "Welcome back, Mr. Reed." "Where am I?" "You've been in a coma for 3 years," she said. "We weren't sure you'd ever wake up." Alex stared at her, his memories jumbled. The city, everyone disappeared. The nurse frowned. "You've been dreaming, Mr. Reed. It's common in cases like yours." She turned to leave, but the TV mounted in the corner caught Alex's attention. Its screen flickered to life, showing static, and then the words, "TV off." The hum returned, louder now. And so the truth unraveled like a dream within a dream, leaving questions that linger long after the story ends. Did it all happen, or was it simply the mind's cruel trick? One thing is certain. The echoes of fear can follow you, even when you're wide awake. If you enjoyed tonight's tale, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more chilling stories. Until next time, keep the TV off and sleep well.